Shalom, Yashar Allah. First and foremost, I would like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chadash. Double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Amar from the GMS Boise, Idaho camp, and I wanted to do this lesson based on a TikTok video that I saw and a lot of the news that's going around talking about these shipping ports in Seattle, Los Angeles, New York, being completely almost at a standstill. You have a lot of people actually that I've seen videos of actually go down to the ports of Seattle and see that there's no cargo ships waiting to get in. So that's what the social media says, but I wanted to go look it up for myself. I wanted to go look and see how they're getting this information. And you can actually go and see all the marine traffic, which means any boat traffic that's around the world. And all you do, and this is to show you what's going on in the ports and that how Babylon right now is under siege in the sense that we're not getting any goods coming in. So they're talking about shortages in the next couple weeks. But we'll see, Lord willing, hopefully everything does get worse. And, based on, a lot of these, how do you say, algorithms, they're talking about the amount of delays and tariffs that have been put on that caused a lot of shipping containers to just get parked, and not going to get processed, is going to last until some are predicting even all the way until Christmas. And that's, Lord willing, that this gets even worse. But the whole point of this is I have the scriptures prepared, but I wanted to show this map real quick of the marine traffic to show you the day and night difference based on the shipping cargo that's going in and out of China, based on the cargo that's coming into Babylon the Great, which is a huge country. So this is what I put in Google. I went marine traffic map, and then you go to marine traffic, and there's multiple different apps and websites that you can go to look at this stuff, but this is the one that was most easiest to use. This is the description. This is marine traffic live ships map. Discover information and vessel positions for vessels around the world. All right, and so we click there. You go there. Agree to the cookies. So right here we're on the west coast of Africa, and even on the west coast of Africa, you can see the major shipping cargo ships, and those arrows, those are cargo ships. And as you can see, there's still a lot coming over here, to Babylon, which this is a major port city. And as you can see, there's a lot of ships and stuff going on. But look over here at one of the main hubs, and this is a major area right here. And you can see all this happening. And I wanted to go to and focus in on the two main harbors that I'm talking about. This is Los Angeles, which is right here. And look at that. Look at that. There's almost nothing going on there. Major West Coast ports. Let's go north a little bit. As you can see, not a lot of shipping traffic. Again, wild. We're at the bay in San Francisco. We're going up north in Eureka. We're in southern Oregon now. We go all the way to Seattle. Here we are. And as you can see, Seattle as well. Barely anything going on. Look, this is the main shipyard. Not a lot going on, man. Not a lot going on. That is nothing. All this should be packed with ships if it's normal. But I wanted to go and zoom out a little bit. And then let's go to China, because I wanted to show all this real quick to show you the day and night difference and the amount of the goods and materials that are coming in over to Babylon compared to other parts around the world. This is it's Alaska over here. Here we go. So we're right here in Japan. As you can see, a lot of traffic, a lot of how do you say, cargo ships, and you can see the density difference. And those dots are ships as well, but they're just anchored or in waiting to be processed. But then we go all the way to China over here, and you can see the difference. Slovakia, not in China, that's still Japan. Go to the main harbor over here. Look at that difference, man. Look at what China's got going on here in Hong Kong. Look at this, man. Look how many ships there are. And I wanted to show this map, just real quick. As you can see, man, hundreds, thousands and thousands and thousands. And it just keeps going and going and going all up and down the East China Sea. All the way up here, man. You see how many day and night difference it is? So you tell me, is there a lot of materials coming in to Babylon? No, there's not. That's why, hey, man, we are a consuming nation. We don't produce anything. There should be at least, for the minimum, a lot of ships leaving. But there's not. You got more going on in Mexico. Right here, the Panama Canal. Look how congested that is. That's how it should look over here in the port cities in Seattle and Los Angeles. Because LA is one of the most busiest ports in the country. If not the busiest. Right here. Los Angeles port. So as you can see, not a lot going on. So I just wanted to show you that what is going on with TikTok and them showing that these ports are empty. It's not a joke. And it's definitely something that is going on. And I wanted to go straight to the point. In 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. I'm going to start at 19, I think is where it starts. Yeah, here we go. 2nd Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. And that's what we see developing with this supply shortage, this trade war that's going on, that's going to eventually escalate into a real war. That if you think a trade war is messing up supply lines, imagine when whole countries are having to have their whole half of their workforce drafted, and then other shipping lines that are normal open routes are getting bombarded and they're closed off because it's in a war zone in some other part of the world that affects the shipping and from another part of the world. It cuts off their route or something. So all this is very relevant in the fact that all these countries are turning their back to Babylon the Great. Like I believe it was the United Arab Emirates, the prince said, the world can live without the USA, but the world can't live without China. So as you can see, that tune of these heathens bucking up against Esau is really getting more loud, which we know that this devil will blow himself up in the world before he gives up his power seat. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. And these scourges are going to be really felt when, like, a lot of brothers are talking about in their lessons of the joblessness, the mass layoffs, the hospitals that are shutting down, because a lot of the medical equipment that we use here in the United States comes from China, so all of this is affected. The Doge committee cutting down a lot of funds and cutting off a lot of departments, and you haven't heard anything from Elon Musk, so he did his job and dipped out and said, y'all deal with the mess. But this is 2nd Ezra 16 and 20. Behold, victuals. And I wanted to go into that word victuals because that's what keeps these people's minds off of what's going around them in reality. Like they say, they're being an ostrich and putting their head in the sand and just not looking at the problem even though it's right in their face. It says, behold, victuals shall be so good, cheap upon the earth, because you can still go to the fast food, you can still go to the store, and you can still see these things being able to be bought. So a lot of people aren't thinking that anything really bad is happening when it's about to get so bad that, it's going to be apocalyptic, like they say. That they shall think themselves to be in good case. And that the good case is, we can still go to the grocery store. Yeah, we still got a house. Yeah, we still got a job. Yeah, we still got paper money that is going to be soon, not even worth the paper it's printed on. But these people have that in their mind that that's their defense. So they think they're okay. That's not the case. This is continuing. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth. And that's hard times. Sword, wars, famine, supply chain issues. And great confusion. The great confusion is, hey man, look around in Babylon the Great. Open your front door. Go outside to the grocery store, go take a walk, man. You're gonna see all the confusion all over the place here in Babylon the Great, man. It's vexing your spirit if you can how do you say, be happy with that, in the sense that you want this place to continue forever. So again, because those people are still getting fattened up here. But I wanted to go into that word victuals, because in I was able to pull it up in the, not the that actual second Esdras verse, but I was able to go to the Hebrew word for victuals, and this comes out of Genesis 27. Salakia. Salakia, Yashra. Here we go. Judges 7 and 8. That's where it was from. Judges 7 and 8. This is just where I was able to grab the word. This is Judges 7 and 8. So the people took victuals in their hand and their trumpets, and he sent all the rest of Israel, every man unto his tent, and retained those 300 men, and the host of Midian was beneath him in the valley. And that's when, these men were being separated to go to war and to not, man, because it took only 300 of our men to take down these heathen. But the point of the victuals that I wanted to get is just to define that word on what's on these people's minds. And this is Strong's H6720.
Strong's H6720. Seidah. Seidah.
And the
second entry. Seidah. Seidah.
And the Strong's definition is food, meat, provision, venison, victuals. So again, that's things that you can eat, because a lot of people aren't really going to start suffering until their stomach is growling. Because you take a Babylon the Great's food away, man, this place is a gluttonous nation, man. You can't go out in the world here and not see a fucking fat person, man. See someone that is obese. Yeah, a lot of it's because the food here is trash, but a lot of people don't have discipline, and it's just so easily accessible to eat trash. And it's cheaper in Babylon to eat trash, i.e. these fast food restaurants, than to take care of yourself. And that's why these people just, stay fucking eating this trash that keeps them dumbed down, that keeps their pineal gland calcified, that whatever drugs that they put in the food, keeps them coming back for more, because the parasites in their body got them craving it, so top to bottom, these people are in a dazed state, and it's all coming into fruition. And it may not happen with this supply shortage, but they're talking about, you could see empty shelves, and this is something that could compare to the COVID pandemic, which we know what happened during the grocery stores and restocking, and people panic buying during that time, and that was almost 5 years ago. So hey, man, time flies, but that's very fresh in everybody's mind to be still very scared about the word shortage, or going without, or sold out. But hey, man, that's why these people are going to get bugged out when they see Jacob's trouble coming. But that's why, hey, man, we constantly use this evidence to show you that the marine traffic maps, that there's literally nothing coming in compared to these other nations. And China being one of the main suppliers of the U.S., man, it's just a matter of time. So as you can see, I just wanted to do this lesson to just talk about a lot of the reports that are going on, about empty shipping ports, cargo container shipping yards, shoremen, is what the laborers are called that work those areas, that unload the cargo. So, hey, man, it's real. It's been reported, and there's a lot of layoffs. So, hey, man, we'll see what happens, and we'll be reporting until then. But we understand that this is all going to be attributing to the famine that's coming across this place, and worldwide as well. So, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying unto the elect. Till next time, I'd like to give all glory, honor, and infinite praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chadash, and double honors to the beloved elders and the apostles at Great Millstone that taught me this truth. And peace and salutations to all you hopeful elect Akim out there laboring, that are pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. And Salaki Yashua, I just want to mention a thought too. That even paints the picture even more clear on, how it says that all the shipmasters are going to wail for seeing the smoke of her burning. As you can see in that map that I showed you, there was a lot of ships a lot of cargo ships at any given time in the sea. Man, so that even brings the scriptures alive even more when you can see it on the map like that. Because it's, man, there's hundreds of thousands, millions. But again, Lord willing, that this lesson was edifying unto the elect. Till next time, Lord willing, shalom. Shalom.